Hi there, welcome to Personalized Learning Wave 4 people. This is Marnie and
Megan.
We are at Blue Ridge Middle School. We were Wave 3 last year, so we're about to start our second year. Kirsty asked us to tell you a little bit about how we launched this at Blue Ridge. So we'll start with, if you ever need to go back to any of this and you don't want to listen to our ridiculous voices, then go ahead and go to the Blue Ridge Middle School website. Under information, I created a whole section in here called Personalized Learning. Okay.
So we start with our letter that our principal created and sent out to our parents, informing them that we have been chosen to be a Wave 3 personalized learning school and what this would look like here at Blue Ridge. And then it included a couple of bit.ly links that we found from Elements. And it just shows like a couple of videos and also some information about how PL works and what it should look like. And then from there, we created...
Next thing we did. So that's just copy that if you want. We don't care. Professional development. So what we did, we created, the first thing to do was to create a PL team. And I'm guessing that if you're watching this, you've already created yours. We made sure that we had teacher leaders on our team, and we made sure that our core disciplines were all represented, including special education. We also very deliberately, and we recommend it, that you involve your PL champs. Ours were Mary Charlish and Kristen McGraw. They were awesome. They came to all of our meetings. They were very supportive. They were there when we didn't understand stuff.
They gave us different ideas on how to lead professional development. They gave us helpful hints on what to expect with the learning walks that you'll have twice a year. We had one in October or November and then one again in March. And they were helpful and they led them and just great information.
Okay. So how did we get started? So our PL team went to the Foundations workshop. We learned what we learned there, and then we brought it back to our school. And the first thing we did was, where is it?
We created a...
Now I have to find it.
We created a presentation to give to our staff about what to expect with PL, how we're going to roll it out, and what they need to do over the summer to get ready.
We ran this as if it was a class, and we had the teachers come in, and we had a bell ringer. They access this thing. We want you to go to all blah, 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 blah. So they did a little bit of a warm-up on their own. We explained who was on our committee. We talked about the profile of Virginia graduate, how it ties into the building blocks as well as the strategic framework and the 2020 vision. The definition, obviously. We also worked on, in the first workshop, on what our mission is. So we wrote that up, what is PL at Blue Ridge, the learning blocks again. And we just went through this whole thing, showing teachers exactly what it is that PL is. It was also important for us to tell our teachers the things that they already do, that is PL, so that they don't feel like this is a completely new process and a completely new strategy and they'd have to learn everything from scratch again.
Yeah, because we wanted to make sure our staff knew that this wasn't one more thing that they also had to include, but it was just a different way to teach the same things they already are. And while we were going through this, it was kind of like light bulb moments with a lot of our staff, because a lot of the teachers realized, oh wait, I already do PL. This isn't one more thing. And it was kind of like a stress relief a little bit for them.
We also showed them how we're going to break down the year, that we're not doing this all at once. We used Ed Elements resources for that. We showed them some of the classroom models. Really, it was just a quick overview. We were very transparent about how we were rolling it out, what the timelines were, what expectations were. We didn't want anyone running for the hills. But this was a multi-year process, and we were just going to start where we could, and we were going to PL our teachers while they were learning to PL their students. Okay.
From there, we then showed them kind of what our idea was for some summer professional development. Marnie created an awesome website that our teachers were able to access that showed them some articles, that showed them some videos, and we had two different tabs up at the top there, one due in June and one due in August. So in June, there's a shared playlist and then an individualized learning playlist that each teacher kind of worked through different activities for them to do, and they had to do one from each activity. And with that, and then they do the same thing again in August. And then with that, they calculated all their activities up, and they got points for it when they came back in August. So they did get PD points for a lot of this. And I really do think that when they came back in August, they were a little bit more open to PL because they had more of an understanding of what they expected to do and what we expected from them with PL.
It was also really important that they came back with context, and I feel like the website and the work that they did over the summer gave them that context. We didn't have to explain vocabulary and this, that, and the other thing. So,
yeah.
Okay.
And the core 4 is what we focused on. And a lot of the activities that they did over the summer through this playlist focused on those 4 core. So that was helpful because we mentioned that with almost every PD or every time we talk about PL, we're talking about these 4 core. So giving them that already insight to that.
Yep. So when we got back to school in the fall, we had our launch, which is probably all Kirsty really wanted us to talk about, but we're still going. So we came back in August and we worked with our teachers. That's the wrong one. I'm looking at October. Oh, that's what it was. So we broke our staff up into 4 different groups, 1 for each core, and then 2 members of the PL team ran one of those. So we had a presentation on flexible content and tools. We had another 2 talk about targeted instruction and what that looks like and places to go for resources. A 3rd group worked on student reflection and ownership. What does that mean? What does it look like? And the last group was on prioritizing data and data points. What does it mean to collect data and make instructional decisions based on that data?
And how to collect data. All the different formative ways you can do that.
Okay. So we got all this stuff is on our website if you want to borrow it. It's here for you. All we recommend is that you use your PL Champs. You use the resources that Ed Elements has shared with you because it is unbelievable the amount that is there. So good luck to you. If you need anything, just call out Blue Ridge. We're here to do whatever you need to help you out. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And now I'm going to learn to turn this thing off.